being an entrepreneur. Even when I was in school, or in fact, it was very difficult for me to work in an establishment. I always believe that Nigeria is very industrious. Like, we have a lot of problems, and with problems come solutions, and with solutions comes money. So we just had to, or I just had to figure out what exactly the problem I needed to solve for me to be able to get a solution and in return make money. You know, I decided that, you know what, I need to look for a problem to solve, create value enough, and also provide a solution that people want, not what I want, but solution that will help people, you know, or solve a particular problem, and in return make money. My husband and I started a solution called My Ads. So what My Ads was about was creating advertising for SMEs, small business. They want to advertise. How do I advertise? And it was very expensive to actually advertise a product. So we started a system whereby you can actually download an app and get adverts on your incoming call screen. And every advertiser that you see or any ad, you get paid for it. Now, from that, we actually did well with the solution. But we also realized that a lot of people were offline, and the targeted adverts that we were giving to the people that had the app were not actually the people that we wanted to reach. So we needed to go back offline, and we needed to create a solution that when we ask people for their data, you know, they will be able to give us because we will provide value. And that's why we started Thank You. So what thank you means is the merchants are saying thank you for coming to my store to actually buy something. So with that, the customer actually, the merchant gets the data of the customer and also knows what exactly the customer wants. So that's value. So when customers come to a particular store, the merchant then again says, you know what, I'm going to give you 10%, 5%, 3% for coming to my store to shop with me. So thank you. That really did well, but we realized that we're not giving enough value to both the merchants and the customers. Merchants meaning advertisers, customers meaning the end product customer. So we needed to provide more value by creating data analytics for merchants to understand actually who comes to their store and what time, when. And in return, we're willing to give the merchants were willing to give the customers discounts, cash back, you know, for every time they come to their stores. So that's when we came up with Thank You. So what it means is merchants are saying thank you to customers for coming to, for any time they buy from them. So we provided a one-card solution whereby with that one card, which is a thank you card, you can actually get cash back in different stores, and you can also redeem those points that you have accumulated in all stores, in any of the stores. Well, I would always say human factor, because human factor, I mean technology, you say technology wrong, technology will always do what you said. But the issue we faced is the fact that a customer can say yes today and say no tomorrow, and then you have to make them understand what value, your value proposition, and why it's going to benefit them, you know, and also education about what we are selling, because it's actually a new product in the market, and getting people to understand that this is what you need is, you know, it's a penetration process, but I mean, we're getting there. My very first business, there's no investments. You know, I'm not, I mean, for me, my opinion is probably maybe old-fashioned in terms of how to start a business. You know, how, for me, you just get to start the business and use the money that you've been able to raise from doing the business, plow it back into the business and make it work. Why sometimes I don't think that investment is good is because most people don't see it as investment, they see it as free money. Let your business be at a particular level first. Let it be making at least money, so that you know that the money, the business is profitable before you go for investment. So we've been able to prove that to, and if we want to go for investment to expand, it's something that I know that a lot of investors will be looking out for because it is a profitable business. Well, it depends on the business really, because so there are different types of business space. There's technology space and there's actually product space. If you have a product that you are selling, it means that you have to provide capital to make that business work, and you need to understand what percentage of profits, net profits, you have to let go in terms of putting it back there. For technology, you need server space, you need to be able to, it's a service business, and sometimes it does not acquire a lot of funds to run and keep plowing back, so you can be able to manage, that kind of business. So it actually depends on what kind of business it is and knowing how to manage in terms of your money coming out from startups. That's how it is. You have to plan as you go. So I've had experience particularly in that because, believe me, most times you hear about the success story, you never hear about the failures. I have failed times without number. I can't even imagine. In fact, sometimes I learned from this and I've spent money failing. And from those failures, I've been able to learn a lot of stuff that has, made me who I am today. I know that we were one of the first people that started streaming business in Nigeria, and at that point in time, technology was not all that. And I was doing streaming for events. And you will not believe it, I was making 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira to do streaming, and it was ridiculous. We had put in a lot of money, and there was no ROI, return on investment. And we were spending late nights, we were trying to explain to people that, look, this is value, you need it, and all that. And when it was time to, leave that business, we understood that, look, we need to stop right now because we were putting a lot of money, and we realized that it would take at least nothing less than 5 years before we start seeing money. And thankfully, I was so glad that we stopped that business when we did, because it was about 6-7 months later, Facebook started online streaming. So imagine if I was still there, we have to do this, and all of that. I don't know if we would have been able to manage that system. I slept and I woke up and I continued. It's as easy as that. I have lost money. What do I do? Like myself. Exactly. I went to bed, I slept, I woke up, and I started something else. I dropped a business plan from what I learned from my failures, and I started something else. If this business fails tomorrow, I will sleep, I wake up, I start another one. That is my mentality, because I'm not a victim person. I should have done this. Yeah, I didn't do it. That was the past. This is the present and the future. We determine what happens to us, not any other person. The economy will always be the economy. There will always be complaints. But I see prospects, because whenever there's a problem, there's always a solution. When there's a solution, there's always money. That's how I see it. And if we keep leveraging on, I did this, it didn't work, it failed, because of that, I'm not going to try again. That's nobody's fault. That's your fault. Understanding social media is how exactly do you use it in terms of your business or your personality, because I believe that you are a business, and what you do on social media determines whether your brand that has another page will grow or not. And trying to leverage on what works is researching and understanding how these social media platforms actually work. So what exactly do you put in it and all that? So we've been able to learn what sells, and we try video most of the time, because video is what everybody wants to. Nobody has time. What I always advise people to do is you need to understand your business model. You have to create products for customers, not yourself. And if the people around you cannot use your products, then you need to go back to the drawing board and make it work for the customers. A lot of us, I was in that category as well. We had created products because it was a mad idea. But the question is it what the economy or the customer needs at that time? So we need to be able to understand that first as visionaries. And when we do that, we know whether to proceed